everything. And then the first time you saw me introduce myself to somebody as Kevin, you were like, "What? He's got a name? He's got a real name?"
You mean that's not his government name?
Right.
I thought it was God-bold.
All right, Grandma. So, can you give me the story behind my name? I'm like all excited about it. Like she's gonna give me like some like grandiose thing or whatever, and she's just like, yeah. So my younger sister liked this guy in the neighborhood. His name was Tyrone, and I was like, so I'm named after the fine nigga in the neighborhood. Like, what? That's crazy.
Exactly how you get down. Make no mistake, I'm in your head now. Playing games, yeah, that's a letdown. You're playing charades.
I said, first off, I don't talk to the cops. If I get pulled over, I ain't talking. Keep my mouth shut.
Smart man.
Second thing, I ain't blowing either. I'm not gonna do a field sobriety test, and I ain't blowing. They're gonna have to get my blood.
We both know that part's not true.
I was like,
First part might be true. That part is not.
I feel like that first sip's just kind of like preloading your mouth.
It is.
Basically.
Wait, hold on.
Basically.
Pause.
Tim knows all about
Resume.
You know, preload. Preload,
I think
right?
we call it preemies. Nope. Okay, all right.
Okay, well,
That's,
let's just...
about that time.
Woo!
Get in here. We got to start the show.
Oh, Lord, my belly's warm.
Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther, coming to you from Fort Worth, Texas. We have got a hell of a show for you here on episode 177. We have got Kevin here with us. You want to say hey?
What's good, people?
We are already having a good time here on the first 30. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get into it. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
And I'm Tim.
And we are
the Funky Panther.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel left out.
God
That
damn
was
it.
really
See,
cool.
look, I
No
wanted
one
to
says
ask.
that.
That was really cool.
I wanted to ask. This is deja vu. When did this happen?
Listen,
With
170
Pierre?
episodes we made it, and no one wanted to do it with us because they're like, cool, whatever, fuck you guys. And then starting around 170, people are like, well, I want to do it. I want to do it. Listen, we'll get you included on the end. Does that work?
I appreciate
All
that.
right, we're going to do it again at the end, and you'll be numero 4, and then we'll yell Funky Panther. That work?
Yeah, let's get it.
Love it.
God,
Absolutely
man.
love it.
But it's crazy that here the past, like you said, about a month and a half.
You're the third one in the month and a half that have brought it up. Like, we're leaving people out. That was not the intention.
Well, Peter,
We just don't want to make you do something you don't want to do.
I don't know. It felt kind of personal.
Mother.
you hating ass motherfucker.
You did this to me.
So again, if you saw us on YouTube for the first 30, which you can go find us and all of our videos on YouTube at the Funky Panther, we shot the shit, caught up, see what everyone's been up to this past week, caught up with Kevin already, learned a lot about him just in the first 30. So you're going to have to go to YouTube to see that.
It's a YouTube exclusive, baby. YouTube exclusive.
YouTube exclusive, baby.
I like that. Watch
And
that.
we also learned a tequila trick, which, again, you're going to have to go back to the first 30 to learn it. But, we didn't even have to, there was no burn to the tequila.
Yeah.
He thought it's a sweet trick.
They, my sister and her boyfriend are like, no, Javier still felt that. He felt that
You
burn.
can see with your
They
face.
say it in your face. I'm like, fucking sell me out, god damn it. But yeah, that was, I'll drink tequila all
I think you
day.
got to try it again. I don't think you did it right.
Nope.
You gotta get reps up, man. You gotta get your shots up.
If I do it, you got to do it too. Oh, man.
Awesome. Well, I know we've mentioned it before, but we've been trying to get you on for like 3 years now. We've talked about it. We see each other out. We'll see each other at events or shows or whatever, or your shows. Like, man, we got to get you on, and then it hasn't happened. And so finally, we got you here. Pretty
Yeah.
excited about it.
Even
man.
like you talked about when you first met Chad. I think I first met you at the at that 817 day show.
Was it Avery's?
No, it was not the 817. This past 817. You weren't at this 817 day. The one before that.
Where y'all did the show. I was out of town. That one?
No,
No,
it
I
was
wasn't at that
the
one either.
actual because you were. Was it 2 years ago?
It
Not
have,
performing. Not performing.
Yeah,
You
it
were
would
just
have had to
there.
been at least 2, if not 3 years ago.
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point.
Because that's and then Teresa was saying that I was. You don't remember me at the after party for Lou. the last.
You
night
don't
of
remember
music.
you at the
Hell
after
no.
party for Lou, bro. Like,
Bro,
like you even you didn't even know you were there.
You got up on stage and danced.
Hell yeah, I did.
Crazy.
Dance like a fool.
Let's see it.
It's gonna be like
what you got.
DJ Khaled, just dancing like an
I
idiot.
don't even think you remember how you danced.
I think I kind of do.
Nah.
No, I don't. I think I was swag surfing. I
You
think
took your clothes off.
at one point.
Are we talking real swag surfing or Taylor Swift swag surfing?
Oh, what the hell's Taylor
that's
Swift?
a thing?
says?
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
So while you guys are on YouTube, go check out Taylor Swift swag surfing.
After the
Leave
show.
right
It's
now.
awful.
I was doing.
Oh
the-
my gosh!
Go come back, put it in the chat.
Watched it, regret it all the way through. But I think that was the first time I met you. I don't remember much about that after party, but yeah, I remember meeting you because we were about to leave, and I think y'all were just sitting down.
That's a great
And
story.
I never,
Javier.
I'm sorry, I was
This
just
is
thinking
getting
about.
better. I feel.
That's the story of my life. I feel like every time they're like, "Oh, tell me the story," and I tell them, they're like, "Why'd you tell me that story?"
I wish I didn't ask.
As I wasted 5 minutes telling you about how we met. Okay, but I'm glad to have met you. It's really cool. Finally, again, I saw you again over there at the.
For those of you who don't know, if I don't cut him off, he'll just
I'm
never
just
cut
gonna
off.
keep going.
For those of you who don't know,
It's that little tism that I got. It's just
Kevin Tyrone is a phenomenal musician here in the Fort Worth area. He's got his recent EP from last year, early this year already, right?
From April.
April.
The end of
Okay.
April.
And then you've already been on like other people's songs. You got one with Lou recently, right? Which is awesome. Which I think y'all been sitting on that one for a minute, right? Like, wasn't that one in the hopper for a long time?
We've been holding on to that one, but I mean, the timing was perfect on that one for sure.
Yeah. So was God Bold at one point? Now Kevin Tyrone. Yep. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah. So I am a vocalist.
yes, you are.
And a writer, and a storyteller, like in the greatest sense. I tell people all the time, like, music is just a hobby I happen to be really great at. So I love singing, I love performing. I hate the build up to everything, like the whole having to go through the experiences to make the good music. That sucks. But overall, like being able to tell really great stories that have some personal touch to them is beautiful, man. So like, when it comes to the EP that I just dropped, it's called the Amnesia EP. And with that one, it was like, I've been through some pretty crappy relationships, and I would say 99.99 repeating % of the time, I'm the bad guy. And I know it's not something to gloat about, but it makes for some hella stories. So, I'm just lucky enough to be able to have the talent to, put pen to paper and then vocals to track and make some real magic,
Is that what the Amnesia is all about? It's just kind of that over and over again?
So Amnesia literally is just me wanting to forget it all. You know?
Okay.
It's like I wish I had amnesia. So it's self-induced amnesia where
Right.
I just want to forget everything and sing it, get it out of my head, and keep moving. But that's not the way the world works, right?
Gotcha. Nice.
Real quick on group chat. Let's go, Kev. Watching all the way from Florida. Old Teasy Harris.
Yo, my guy Teasy.
Hey, what's
Half
up?
of Thai Famous. What's up, brother?
Hey. Oh, so you did a song with recently too, right?
Yeah,
Like,
with Thai Famous, with my guy Teasy there and Yay, the Flamigo.
Is the one that just came out
recently.
recently?
Yep, they dropped a tape as well, and it is fire. The track is on there. I'm the only feature, so I'm proud of that. Shouts out to the guys for putting me on, but the song is called Better as Strangers, so
It's a great one.
Go check that
I
out.
didn't realize there was two guys there, but that makes more sense now because I was listening to it in the car and I didn't actually get to see like who was featured, and so it makes sense. There's two of them.
Yep, it's two guys.
Okay, all right, yeah, it was a great song.
It's fire, and I'm glad that they let me be part of that. I'm really excited about this feature run I've been on. I'm
Yeah.
like, give me more. Feed me.
100%.
It's nice to, like when I go into project mode, it's kind of dark. So having to like really focus in and put myself in that space mentally and sometimes emotionally from where I'm writing from is just like a really shitty season sometimes. But the art is beautiful that comes out on the other end. Being able to do features is just like I can tap into it briefly.
Right.
And then pop back out and I'm like, okay, I'm Kevin, I'm good, and let it ride. So it's nice to be able to do things and flex and, like see other people's vision to fruition. So yeah.
So how does that work with being on, being featured on someone's song? Do they come to you with an idea, like it's already kind of like half baked and they're like, hey, this is kind of the idea or concept, or they usually just let you run with whatever you want to do to kind of go along with it?
It really depends on who it is.
Yeah.
Like these guys, my Thai famous guys from Florida, they're like, hey, just do you on the track.
Yes.
There's an open space here. We had somebody that, was trying to give us ideas and it sucked. So it's like, we need to call Kevin, like do something here. And so they just give me free reign and they trust that I'll be able to bring an element to the song that's just going to make it pop even more.
Yeah.
Usually people bring me great songs and whenever they want to feature and I just try to not fuck it up, Yeah. But, yeah, so when it comes to like people like Lou, 50 First Dates, Lou had the whole concept and everything, and he actually wanted to give me the song. He wanted it to be my song initially. Mm-hmm. And I was like, bro, you don't need me to take over this. I'll sing the hook for you because you're my guy. And I think that's the only thing that's going to really bring anything to this song because the song is great. Like, you sound great on it. Mm-hmm. It seems personal. Like, it's a fire song. Let me just sing the hook, and I'll be a feature for you. So, yeah, that was it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And it's cool that you're able to have those relationships already to kind of like build from that. And still, like, you had got your own EP and then have these others that you're working on too. Just, you seem busy.
Definitely busy. Pulled in a bunch of different directions. But, I mean, I love it, man. I've been obviously singing my whole life. That's something you don't just like randomly pick up. But been singing and writing since I was really young, like teenager. And then decided that I needed to really pursue something else because I was just, in the hubbub of daily life, taking care of my family and working and providing and all those things you're supposed to do. And I just wasn't doing anything for myself. So I took a chance and was like, hey, I'm going to take this singing thing seriously. And boom, COVID. So I didn't actually get to perform any of my stuff until 2021. And that's when we met because we met at Tulips because I had this show with Junior. Shouts out to my guy.
Yep.
And the Texas Takeover, we did that show. And then we just kind of like took off from there. Ended up doing South by, ended up doing a whole bunch of really cool things where I made some solid connections, like with Here Fort Worth, Amplify 817 with the library. You guys, like, man, it's been a cool ride over these past couple of years.
So what kind of stuff, like growing up, you said that you've been listening to or writing since you were young. What were you listening to that like kind of inspired you, or like what were you seeing when you were in the car?
Yeah, so. I am a big R&B head.
No way.
Right, go figure. But also, my favorite genre of music is actually like 90s grunge. So, I mean, you can kind of hear it whenever I sing. Like, there's some growl in there. There's some like dark stuff. There's also like some nice runs that are R&B style. So, when it comes to music, like my musical influences, obviously Usher. Like, come on, it gets no better than that. The Weeknd is another one of those that's just. Like, they just make incredible art. They can do so many really cool things with their voices. I have some folks that like I know personally, like some family and friends that are really talented vocalists, and listen to their stuff as well. But primarily, like, this is gonna sound super cocky, but I don't give a fuck. If I'm
and that's already cocky.
If I'm like in the car, like listening to music, 9 times out of 10, I'm listening to myself or listening to an instrumental. Because I always want to like perfect my craft or fall in love with my stuff before I put it out to somebody else.
I was going to ask also, you bring that up. So do you pick the instrumental first before you start working on the lyrics, or do you kind of build the lyrics around that track?
So I had a really bad habit of making my lyrics and my voice fit a track. So I would find something on YouTube or I would find like from a beat store or something along those lines. But I was really restricting what I can do vocally by picking a beat and trying to stay on that beat and make it fit that instead of letting it fit me. And so when I actually partnered with the Trend folks and Roan specifically, engineered mastermind, he's like, okay, just sing it. Sing over this beat, whatever it is. And then he will just start crafting instrumentals around my vocals. And the first time that he did that was with my song Silent. So that song Silent, literally Roan made that beat. But I had done that song to a different beat before, and he was like, "Let me just take the vocals and play with it. So now at this point, I usually don't find instrumentals and try to fit to it.
Yeah.
They're custom for the most part.
I do love Feel It in the Air though. That one, like,
Thank you,
it
sir.
reminds me of, who did the first one? Was it
Phil Collins.
was that Phil Collins?
In the Air Tonight, yeah.
Yeah. So Phil Collins, and then people sampled it crazy.
Uh-huh.
I want to say it was like Beanie Siegel.
Yeah,
who
it was Beanie
sampled
Siegel,
it
yeah.
once.
I'm gonna say I think the best one was Mike Tyson though.
Shouts out to the Hangover, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So Feeling in the Air, man. It's to explain the project as a whole. The majority of it, I'm actually talking to myself. So I'm not talking about somebody specifically. I'm not talking to somebody specifically. I'm talking to myself mostly. So I'm really having these reflective inner thoughts that you just get to hear out loud. So Feeling in the Air is actually literally me talking, like the new current me talking to the old me, in that battle between the two of who's going to take over. So that's what Feeling in the Air is really about. It comes off as a double entendre where it sounds like I'm singing to a lady, about the ups and downs, trials and tribulations of our interaction, but I'm really just singing to the old me.
I have to listen to it again with that mindset because I thought it was to someone else for sure.
That's the beauty of it, man. It's art. It's subjective. I love when people have their own connotation of what I do.
Yeah, I you mentioned The Weeknd. I feel like my favorite albums, and I've talked about it on the show before, of all time, was like House of Balloons, early Weeknd, right?
Yeah.
Whenever he was still just like doing clubs in Toronto and shit like that. Really kind of like, I don't know, it's not, I still like his music now, but it's a lot more poppy now, right? Like that old stuff. And I feel like your new EP is very much that sound, right? And I love that.
It's
I absolutely
alternative
love it.
R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I know.
Absolutely. Alternative R&B. That's really the vein that I've been trying to like press into, I it's been challenging, but also really rewarding. And it's also been, some of the best music, in my opinion, that I put out. Like, I had some good songs under the Gobbo music label, but when I switched over and changed my mindset after rebranding to Kevin Tyrone, and was really being authentically me, open, transparent, this is the music that came out of it.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I want to incorporate that edge. I want to say what's on my chest. I want to, make a song called Bitches Love Social and like, and sing it and be like, do something about it, this has been like the greatest season of music for me, man.
Hell yeah.
Now, you spoke on 90s grunge, and that's a favorite genre of myself.
Yeah,
so
man.
what's some artists that influence you from that side of things? Like,
So huge Dave Grohl fan, man.
Okay.
So whether it had been like him just drumming his ass off in Nirvana, or when he took the reins and did the whole Foo Fighters thing, like that was dope. 9 Inch Nails fan. I love.
Dude, Trent Reznor's he's a brilliant mind.
Yes.
I mean, spanning from everything from like that techno grunge kind of crossover to, making full on scores for movies. And
I feel like that dude could have
it's
sang
crazy.
R&B and it would have been crazy too.
oh yeah, well, for sure. Have you seen his early? Like, I'm talking pre 9 Inch Nails. He
No.
was like in like a new wave pop band.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
By any means.
Yeah, it's wild. You watch it and you're just like, and you can hear it. You can catch, like, it sounds like Trent singing, but it's
Right.
like, this is not, it's not 9 Inch Nails. I got really, like, that's always been my favorite, but talking about, like, Dave Grohl, he's talked about some of his beats and his influences, right? And his influence was like freaking 70s disco,
Like Gab Band.
Yeah.
and
The
then
beats
now
and stuff.
that I go back and listen to like some of his drum beats and stuff, I'm like,
You can hear the
holy
licks.
Crap,
Yep.
this is straight up disco on grunge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy how like universal music actually is,
Yeah.
It's like we're really genreless if we think about it. It's just people want to put a label on everything so bad to
Yeah.
make it palatable for them.
100%.
Oh God, yeah, that's 100% on
music
point.
and non-music, just in general in our lives, it's got to be like a label, and I like that. That's beautiful. That it's not.
Right. I just want to make good music, man. Just want to create art and have people, have it be applicable to somebody. Like I've said this since I started making music and taking it serious. I want to be part of making someone's favorite song. Mm-hmm. So whether it's my song, a record I'm a part of, something I wrote, something I helped compose, it doesn't matter. Like, just I want to put beautiful art out there that people really like can vibe with,
Yeah, for sure. So I haven't seen you perform in a while. When's the last time you performed, man? Like live?
March.
March?
Yeah, in March we had a in-studio performance for Ernie.
Okay,
Yeah.
It was
That's right.
a live recording for Ernie and myself, Chandler Cooper, and Junior. Actually, we were all part of that bill, and we got some nice footage out of that. And it was a real intimate setting, like at the Trend Studios.
Right.
We just had some seating and stuff, and it was a vibe, man. It was so cool, and it was good to be able to perform Kevin Tyrone music in front of other people, you know. And then since then,
was that the first time after like the going from God Bold music to that?
yeah, that was it.
Okay, nice.
That was the first time, so that was different, man. Like, because even my stage show, stage presence, energy, everything like that, like I have to really hone in on it, because you know when I did God Bold music, it was like, let me set the mood. So I had my candles and my house plants and fucking couch on stage. You know, like that was the vibe, because that was the vibe that I was trying to bring. Now it's really like, I just want you to hear me and feel me. I want to convey my emotion through the microphone. So just trying to stand there and command the stage.
Nice. Love it. When are you performing next?
That's a great question, Skylar. When am I performing next? Nah, I'm sure there's some things coming. Honestly, like I've been in talks with some folks like out here, and then also in Dallas. I want to, do some things outside of this city, and I know there's some talks of that. Got some connections in some other close Texas cities that, mum's the word on that. But hopefully this summer do some Weeknd Ragers. Apparently, I'm getting word that July is the next time that you will see me on stage.
Nice.
There it is.
Okay.
So July, which should coincide with hopefully the next single.
Very cool. So yeah, tell us about that. What's the new music coming out?
Yeah. So to throw people into a tailspin, you know how they have on Instagram where they have the little white cube thing and it says like artists leak your song or like post a picture of you from blah, blah, blah. So I put a snippet of the single, the next one up. And when I tell you the like side eye emojis and like the number of messages and likes and comments and all stuff that I got from that, I can already tell you the reception is going to be wild. And I don't want to say too much. I'll talk to you guys afterwards about it, but I want you guys to be included in that rollout, because the song is actually a very up-tempo, like actually almost poppy song, but it's about that night that we went to that weird-ass cyberpunk show. Do you remember that?
Oh, man.
So it's about that night, because it was a night that I actually met somebody there.
Yeah.
And it went terribly when I met her. It was fucking awful. Like, awful. Long story short, like she basically like ran away from me. Wow. Because like I was trying to like, approach her and wanted to, like I had seen her before, but I also seen her that night. And so I wanted to approach and like introduce myself and whatever, because she's fucking hot. And then
let's be real.
so the way that I did it was just like, in hindsight, was so awkward, because we were outside in the parking lot. And it's like, over there at Old Mass, which like, that it's dark in that parking lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So she was like, hey, don't ever approach anybody in a dark parking lot like that ever again. But that was a whole thing in itself. But anyway, so it was about like that night inside, seeing her there and wanting to like holler at her, long story short.
Yeah.
But we were all there.
Yeah.
And because we were there, I'm like, man, how dope would that be to like have you guys included into that vibe,
That's
just
wild.
to recreate that. So stay tuned, because
Yeah, for sure.
Kevin Tyrone featuring the Funky Panther podcast.
That sounds pretty hilarious. Well, but that was because how many cyberpunk shows did they have?
I don't know. I remember that one. And I know Lou was there.
Yep.
And I was drinking a little heavy, and I was just talking way more shit than I probably should have. I should have just been like accepting and just enjoying.
Nah, fuck that. We were so confused. Like, we were so confused by what we were seeing on stage. I swear. Like, I looked at Chad. Chad looked at me, and he was like, dude, what is this? I don't know.
Those are some of the best nights, though.
I have no idea what this is, but we were drinking and having a good time. It was like good energy, and you could just tell that we were like the old dudes in the room that had no idea what we were watching in front of us. And so that made for a hilarious story.
Yeah, okay.
Little did you know, but you just set me up for a great segue.
Uh-oh.
All right. So talk about things that you not expect to see, right? Have you heard
A grown naked man.
Have you heard of the World Freak Fight League?
No.
So it's this MMA league that they.
This is your segue?
Yeah. So talking about
Weird shit, man.
weird shit, right? So talking about like weird shit. It's an MMA league where they will do these weird exhibition fights, right? So they put up former strongman of the world Eddie Hall against 2 TikTok stars, these brothers.
I
seen the
saw
videos?
the clip of them facing off and like pushing each other. I
Yeah.
didn't know that was a real thing.
Oh no, it's a real thing. So
All right.
Eddie Hall is like
Former world's strongest man.
Yeah, the Mountain from Game of Thrones. Thor, not the same guy, but Thor. They're the same size.
Okay.
These 2 guys are the same size. In fact, Thor and Eddie Hall have fought each other in boxing. They pit this guy up against 2 TikTok guys, the Nefetti brothers. There's 2 Polish kids, and had their debut. And I'm going to tell you, like,
That guy is massive.
dude, he is massive.
Look at this dude.
He's huge.
Compared to the other,
Holy
to the
shit.
other 2, this guy is huge, right? And so for the first like 2 rounds, they were just running around. They would kind of like it's like you go up to like your big brother and you like poke him a little bit and you take off. That's what it was like. They were trying to like poke the bear a little bit, get him going. Whenever I tell you that was one of the most brutal takedowns I've ever watched. He suplexes one of them, and then hits another one, and then the guy that got suplexed comes up, and he just like bops him on the head and lights out, and that's it. It was the most like it was a 2v1. And I've seen more of these fights coming up where these 2v1 fights. I saw one, this guy was like dressed in like old school, like he looked like an old school boxer. He's had a white button up shirt, had like the suspenders on, mustache, beard, and just going to town on like they got 2 guys coming. It's like old school bar fights. I want to go and watch one of those in real life.
Okay, so let me ask. Let's go around the table and see who would your 2v1 be. Start with you, Javier. Like
2v1?
If you
2v1,
could
yeah.
see anyone fight 2v1, who would the 2v1 be?
It'd be Cain Velasquez versus those 2 fucking island boys.
Hell yeah. Fuck those guys.
Bro, I
man.
fucking hate those
Those
motherfuckers,
guys.
man.
Yeah.
I've never, or it'd be one of them island boys and that Jack Doherty kid who always has that big motherfucking bodyguard with him, so he fucks around with people, and his bodyguard, like, he's there, right? I'd like to see them, like, get fucking put up against the wall and, jailhouse shit,
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. They get tore up. Those kids are so dumb.
Those island boys are, bro, they kiss each other
Yeah, they
for
get
money.
smoked. Yeah.
I saw something recently that one of the guys threw
you
his
wouldn't for money?
threw his brother under
Hell
the bus,
no.
and like he
Bro.
went to jail for the other brother. Like they I don't know what happened.
Look, I say this: we've had a conversation. We can't really talk about it because it's good here, But for like $100,000.
Oh yeah.
It's like would you like a sub for like $100,000? And we're like, you know what? It's $100,000. So I got to pay bills. Clear my credit up.
Right.
Whatever. But
Break it down to 1,000. Still gonna be a yes.
those island boys, bro.
Yeah.
I love to see them get fucked up. I love to see them get fucked up.
All right, Kevin. 2v1. Who's your go?
Somebody huge against the fucking Paul brothers. Like,
You stole my
I want
2.
to see those dudes get wrecked. I actually want to see them fight each other. Like, supposedly that was going to be
That
the
was.
replacement for Mike Tyson. Was going to be Logan, and I want to see that.
It's not now though. They announced it. I think today or
November.
yesterday.
They
rescheduled
Well, that one moved, but there's still gonna be a July fight, and they picked a guy that I don't know a bunch of MMA guys, but I think it's an MMA guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I'm a big combat sports fan.
Yeah.
Like been training for decades now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what?
Like
what's
just
your?
mixed
kick-
martial or
Yeah, kickboxing, boxing. Boxing is actually my specialty. I actually train boxing too.
All
I
right.
train other
Damn.
people.
So you need to get with Minicon then, so that way
Yeah,
you can
definitely.
get on one of them cards.
First of all, Minicon, we got to do a track. Let's start there, and then secondly, which is a lot closer than what we could. We could probably really figure that shit out. Honestly,
Yeah.
he was just here.
He was in the studio not too long ago, right?
He was just here. So yeah, Minicon, we need to tap in, brother.
Hey, you know what? Also, we got to get up with that too because he said that he was gonna hook us up with
Oh
what
yeah,
was that?
yep. Do we need to talk about that?
the porn star.
Yeah.
Not,
You know what?
not
Actually,
that,
put
not
Minicon
that.
against the Paul brothers. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be that.
That
Oh,
one.
no.
That's the wave.
those guys are pretty decent. I mean, as well.
Logan, not even no.
I know Minicon's great, but like
he's a big dude.
He is a big dude. He's a big motherfucker.
I could see it.
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't realize how big Minicon was until he walked into the house, and I was like,
yeah,
that's a big dude, man.
He's tall, big dude.
No, I want to see like I'm sitting here thinking like the Paul brothers would be just fun to watch get smacked around, right? The Paul brothers versus a bear.
There it is.
I think that's good, right? I think that's
Like
good.
I mean,
That's
a
a good
bear,
one.
like a
real
like an
bear,
actual
like
bear.
a grizzly.
okay. I thought I meant like the other kind of bear.
They used to, they used to do that. They had those like exhibition fights where like a dude would go in there and fight a bear.
Yeah,
I think
that was like legit old school. Like
yeah, but I think that's some dumb
mustache
shit that the Paul brothers would be involved in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Shaq's a little old now, but it'd be cool to see Shaq just like
Shaq
waylay
versus
on,
Kevin
like,
Hart.
He's old, but it wouldn't take much for him to put someone down.
No.
You know what I mean?
like you just pick like two of the small MMA guys.
Yeah.
Just we're talking like featherweight guys, and just watch him just wreak havoc on them or whatever.
Yeah.
Remember when he fought Shane Mosley?
No,
He actually like got down on his knees to like fight him too.
Jeez.
You don't remember that? Shaq fought Sugar Shane Mosley.
No.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, but those two fought like back when Shaq was like Superman Shaq.
yeah, but I'm sitting here thinking like even like at that right, he's on his knees fighting. Dude, that reach has got to be insane.
I mean, it had to be an exhibition though, right? I mean,
Definitely.
against Sugar Shane.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. I mean, because like Sugar Shane was still the guy at
Yeah.
that time too, so it wasn't like he was too far removed from being
Right.
like a
he
champion.
was bringing down motherfuckers. Like,
and yeah, him and Shaq fought.
God
Damn. I gotta go
wild.
find that.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
How about you, Chad? Who's your 2v1?
I'm gonna go a little political in this one though. No one else did, but I feel like I would like to see Trump and Biden
Versus who?
together
Oh, fighting one guy?
fighting The Rock. Winner takes the presidency. Like that's what I want to see.
That's just Biden's gonna die in there, man.
They're both gonna die.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, you're basically just saying, Rock, you want to be president, but I'd still want to see it happen.
Someone
Like
shit
that would be
themselves.
insane. Like they can't fight each other. Like what are they gonna do? Talk shit to each other? Or I mean, that was just gonna be a verbal thing until Rock.
Dude, I
just
think you
puts him down.
like scale it up a little bit and you give them some sort of melee weapon too. Because I think The Rock could still take both of them.
100%.
You see, Biden's got a mace out there, and
But I want to see that in a cage, dude. Biden can't lift a mace. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He's got a mace. He's just like dragging it behind
He's
him.
got like an ice cream sandwich he pulls out of his pocket. It's already melted and throws it. And
that's what I want to see. That's
Trump's
my 2v1.
looking at the fence they
love it.
built, and they're like, "Man, this is great."
bro, one of them fights that you're talking about, it was a man versus two women. That was
Oh, yeah,
also
yeah,
one
yeah.
of those fights.
Yeah, a man versus two women.
There's no way.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
I think they were fucking him up too, right?
yeah.
I think they were fucking.
I'm here for.
I
I'm here for
believe
this
it.
fight league. I think like I love like all the weird like 2v1s. I've always said they need to have a juiced sports league.
Yeah.
Like you straight up bring baseball, corked bats, and on steroids. Have a good time.
Dude, honestly, you could start a 2v1 league and make that actually a thing.
Yeah.
You'd probably get bought out by the MMA by 5 years from
I mean,
now.
that's what the world of freak fights or whatever's done.
Oh, so that's a whole
that's
other
a whole
thing.
that's a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
but I'm talking like you go straight up like juiced Olympics.
There's a movie on Netflix that's called
Yeah.
like Bionic or something like that, and that's basically what it is. So like, there's a whole separate like league where folks have like
Yeah.
bionic arms or legs or whatever, and they're like long jumpers or
Dude, that's
track
cool
stars.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
I could just see like a javelin just like being launched into space like
Literally.
fucking bionic
We
arm.
got a bunch of cyborgs out here running around, man.
that's what the movie is.
I'm telling you, like,
Shit's fucking wild.
I'm
man.
here for it, and
crazy.
the time is now. We got AI taking over. Might as well make these crazy, things.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I'm
God.
talking like, oh man,
It's got a mean crossover, that one.
You can make AI come up with the fights. Like you get 100 people that are just down, and then you have AI just throw out the wildest things, and they've got to do it.
I want to see maybe like Luka and Kyrie versus Kristoff. Just
Let
them
bro. He's got bad ankles and he's
I
got
know.
a torn fucking whatever. So
Torn
that'd be
vagina.
watch them
that
fight,
boy.
you know?
That boy leaking all over the floor.
I'm still blown away like that. Right before they, or when they won the Western Conference Final, Luka should have got a technical foul.
For what?
He flat out looks at the kid in the stands and said, "Who's fucking crying now?" or
Who's
whatever.
crying now, motherfucker?
Yeah.
I think it was an older
Whatever.
man.
Should have got. I originally thought he
Man,
said it
fuck
to
them kids, man.
I originally thought he said it to Snoop, and I was like,
Oh, I thought so too.
Oh yeah, because
kept showing Snoop, and
that's
I was
right.
like-
I remember that.
I think it was with Bishop
like,
Don
man.
Magic Wand. I
It's
feel
like, this
like
is not good. Don't do that to Snoop.
no.
You know, a second ago we were talking about AI. This week, Apple, they announced their WWDC this year or whatever, and a lot of it was about AI. Did y'all see that thing about Elon Musk?
Dude, it's wild, man.
No, what
because
about
it's-
Elon Musk?
No. So
I saw
apparently
it.
the new iOS is going to have a lot of AI. They call it Apple Intelligence. Well done. Yeah, exactly. But basically AI, like Apple Intelligence, seems like it's mostly powered by ChatGPT. And so a lot of things like ChatGPT is going to be fully incorporated into your phone. Like it's going to like be able to, I think that it'll be a good personal assistant, like basically take over Siri. But Elon's got this like thought of like, yeah, but I already have fears that AI is going to take over the world. So now you're infiltrating people's phones. And so he just went out on X, TikTok, whatever, or not TikTok, Twitter. And he said, if ChatGPT is going to be included in Apple phones, I will not allow any of my employees to have Apple phones in any of my facilities. Also, if you're visiting any of my facilities, you got to put your phone in a Faraday cage or something like that. Like we will not have iPhones if there's going to be ChatGPT integration.
The dude is I mean, because he's terrified about like spying, and because that's the whole thing. Like you have corporate AI and stuff. So like Copilot, if I log on to Microsoft Copilot, it's very different because it's not fully integrated into like what it can see on my computer,
Right.
Because of who I work with and network wise. But then like your personal is very different. So that's the whole same thing with this. Like it's going to be, I mean, you're talking about targeted at like more so than what it already is.
It can get wild. Like it sounds just like everything, right? It sounds like it'll be really nice at first, but the like what's to come in 2 to 3 years is going to probably be wild.
But Tesla's over here fucking up though. With the Cybertruck is probably the biggest debacle they've hit yet.
I mean, dude, so when I was in Florida a week or two ago, I saw nothing but Cybertrucks. I saw purple Cybertrucks, orange Cybertrucks, all blacked out, flat blacks. That one actually looked pretty nice.
So
Cybertrucks.
Florida got their Cybertrucks, Texas and California got the allocations primarily, and then they're slowly allocating them out, right? But they're already rusting.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They had the accelerator pedal, the thing stuck, the thing slid off the pedal and we get stuck. They've had all these crazy things. The Founders Edition is supposed to come with full self-driving. None of them have full self-driving yet.
I mean, it'll just be an update.
Right, it's going to be an update.
Yeah.
It's going to be updates. So all this stuff. Like Hertz Rental is now selling off all, like they're selling off.
Well, they're selling their three.
They're selling all their Tesla Model 3s. They're getting
Like
rid of them
25
for
grand
like,
a piece.
cheap.
That's not bad.
That's
No.
not bad at all.
I would take one. That's not too
You
bad.
can get a
Note to
base,
self.
right?
you can get a base Tesla Model 3 with like 30,000 miles on it for like 25,000.
That's nothing. I could take that to work and not have to worry about gas.
Yeah.
So on the chat of AI and ChatGPT, do you feel like with music, it's going to be a time where you're going to be like, hey, make me this instrumental with this, the way like, it sounds like genuine, that'll go with my lyrics.
He
Absolutely.
does, but it's Roan.
Roan GPT. No, but and to answer your question, absolutely. I have spoken to that with other artists before. Like, I use it in the workplace on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Same.
So,
Same. Yeah, me too.
So I already know that the like major labels and all that stuff are probably already actively using it. Whether it's like, hey, write me this song, or make me an instrumental, or make me some marketing information, or give me this picture with an idea like this, like any of that stuff. That shit's already going on. We just don't necessarily know about it because like they want to keep the ideas to themselves. So, but I like that things are making it to where you have to say like generated with AI.
Yes.
Or something
Yeah,
to
like
that extent.
Instagram is doing. Yeah.
Have you heard about the latest thing with Adobe? So it goes into the whole AI thing as well. So Adobe just released a couple of things. Adobe's fucked up. So Adobe has now come out and said if you have any of their legacy products that you paid for, and you haven't updated, they're going to sue you. They have the right to sue you for not updating your stuff and going to their
What?
their basically their subscription model. Okay,
which you purchased. You already purchased.
So
this
you've
thing.
already
Oh,
purchased,
you're talking
like,
about like you purchased it just like right out.
Like
As
say
a
you
product.
bought,
Yeah.
you bought Photoshop and all that stuff, right? So you've had that, you've never upgraded it, you just left it at that. You bought this program, and it still works. So they're going to come out and sue you, or they have the right to sue you. So that's number one.
That's crazy.
Number two, their new terms and conditions allow them to have full access to your Creative Cloud in order to and have full rights to everything in there to use to make their AI stuff.
Go figure. That's not surprising.
Right.
because-
So now, can you imagine, like, maybe you work for, like, Ford and you're working on a new ad campaign for a new vehicle or whatever, and now somebody's got that whole, and the AI can access it, and in part of the terms, they can also access
sell it. I'm sure.
Right. So then it gets leaked, right? Because now you got more eyes being able to get involved in there. But the whole fear is that they're going to take, like, artists, right? So musicians, videographers, things like that, and look at what their workflows are and how they do all their stuff, create AI to basically do that to where your job as a creative or marketing, you're actually doing like whatever. Companies won't have to have that. They'll be able to just get Adobe's software and plug in basically what they want and just do it.
Hey man, it's them. It starts with that, and then it works its way on everything else. Like it works its way on. What do you use, like Fruit Loops? And nobody uses Fruit Loops anymore, or whatever. Or like
I wasn't gonna say it. But nobody uses
man,
that
everyone
shit
uses
anymore.
Fruit Loops.
well, they'll just get into your like software or whatever you're trying to create, and they're like, oh well, you know what? We're gonna take this little piece right here, and we're not gonna tell you. You're not gonna know. So it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in that time now.
Dude,
Same goes for actors too.
It's fucking wild. And I mean, like, so you've got, we start looking at, was it Boston Robotics has got those like basically, iRobot things and all that.
Yeah.
And then you throw in like some sort of self-learning machine vision AI stuff in there. And next thing we know, we're living in, iRobot. I mean, that it's talk shit about Elon all you want, right? Elon might be onto something.
Yeah, I mean, to some, yeah. I think that he goes a little bit overboard because he's just as involved in the AI game as everyone else. So I feel like he goes a little overboard. But yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Now, I did see that there was someone who had the Neuralink implanted, like not Elon, not associated with that. He has paralysis and couldn't do whatever. And that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Like he's sitting there moving the cursor and they're showing it and he's like, so is it tracking? Or he's like, no, I'm thinking about where I'm
The Elon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy's like straight up like one of the first subjects to get it actually put in. And he's like thinking where the cursor's going and it's going there.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking wild, man.
There's a movie that can associate with like all of those things. Like when you were talking about the Neuralink thing, Upgrade's another movie that like literally it's the same concept. So like being a movie buff, I wholeheartedly believe that all of that shit literally comes from somewhere. Either like somebody's actively working on it or they experienced it or anything along those lines. You don't have to tell me it was based on a true story. I believe all of that shit. You know? So yeah, 100%. Like hearing that that's a real thing. Upgrade is a real thing. Yeah, I believe it. We're living in those times that, in the movies we would see it be like not too distant future. It'd be like 2035 or something like that in a movie.
Terminator.
You're right. But
10 years out.
I was like, but no shit though. Like, yeah, that's the wave. Like all these things, they're slowly like showing us these things, but all this shit's probably decades. Like it's been going on for decades.
Dude, that movie In Time where, they keep you at a 25 and then they give you a year. After you turn 25, then you have a year.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same shit.
I need to watch that one again, too.
Bro,
that
that's
was a
surprisingly a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
But,
the concept was really cool.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of going to be leaning towards that. So, I mean.
Right, like time was the currency. That's crazy
Mm-hmm.
work. Like your fucking clock was on your arm or whatever. Yeah, no. Yes, all of that shit is real. Paying for groceries by literally just like scanning a fucking microchip in you or something.
Yeah.
That shit's
It's a real thing.
coming too.
Look at this.
Like,
This is the first thing. It's that thing. You're like, oh, you scan your watch and you put your fucking shit. Oh, it's convenient like that. Scan me. It's going to be built in soon.
Yep.
I
Agreed.
mean, it's.
Well, wasn't Whole Foods, like Amazon Whole Foods, they were doing just like you put your hand on it or something like
They
that.
still do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can pay with your palm.
That's
Wow.
fucking crazy,
Wow.
man. But man, that's
Man, we did some tangents here at the
really
end.
did.
So I did have a question. Talking about Roan, going back to the music real quick before we go ahead and finish this out. Did he help you with the newest EP?
Yeah, so Roan was actually a very important piece of that. It was really primarily just he and I.
Okay.
So I had ideas. He challenged me to do those in a fashion I've never done them before.
Yeah.
Challenged me to stretch vocally. You hear on the record like there's like some real like deep like yells like in Amnesia and Charades. Like those things are not things you heard when I was gobble music.
Right.
It was real melodic at that point. This stuff is really just like me like expressing and like being vulnerable, even if shit doesn't come out sounding beautiful. Like it's just the real deal. So Roan has always been that guy that's like, hey, like, all right, that was cool. Let's do 17 more takes until it's fucking perfect. And I need that because like as a singer, most people, if you can sing, they're just like amazed that you can sing, even if it's just a little bit. Like I can actually fucking sing. And so Roan's like, all right, cool. If that's the case, go do it. Like I want you to sing. I want you to sing like you've never sang before. And then after we've done 10 takes, you're going to give me the 11th take, and that's the one that we're using. And so, yeah, man, so he was a very important piece of that. And, like, I have never worked with anybody who has challenged me, but also was receptive to anything any of my ideas that I gave out.
I love that.
So, yeah. Shouts out to my guy.
Do you believe in tough love versus, like, trying to be, like, easy with an artist, like telling them what they need to hear, not telling them what they need to hear, but telling them what the truth is?
Absolutely.
Like, do you believe in that?
Absolutely. Another piece of that interaction with Roan is he's like, all right, man, do you want to make music for you or do you want to make music for an audience? Do you want to make music that people are actually going to listen to, or you want to just have your buddies listen to your music and like it? And so for me, that was a huge thing, because I would tend to overthink. As a creative, I would tend to overthink the stories that I was telling, or the way that I would sing something, or trying to do extra runs or anything like that on the track to make it like really pop. And he's like, bro, no, like less is more. Like you got to think about your target audience. And if your target audience is people who don't know you, like you can't do what that will only relate to people that know you. You're going to isolate yourself.
So essentially, don't be safe. Don't be safe with what you're trying to put out.
You can't. Like there's so much shit out there that's really selling right now that like it's getting the attention, it's getting the eyes, it's getting the money, that everybody's looking for when it comes to this, the notoriety that folks are looking for. And honestly, like you can't play it safe anymore. Mm-hmm. You can't play it safe anymore. You have to be unapologetic. Like one of my things when it comes to the music that I make now is, as raw as I am in the music, it's like, you can't threaten me with like receipts or whatever, because like my toxic trait is I'll grab a microphone and I'll just sing that shit. It's like I'm cool with that. You can try to blast me all you want to. I know what I've done. I will be very transparent about what I've done in good, bad, and in between in this world, and I'll fucking sing it on a track and be proud of it, because it's my story. It's my life. These are my stories. These are literal things that I've actually experienced myself.
Very unapologetic.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to have that mindset.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, yeah, man.
That's awesome. Man. Yeah. Well, thanks for finally coming on the show. Man, this has been a fun ass time.
Hell yeah,
We
man.
appreciate you.
I'm glad I got to do this, bro. Y'all are my guys, man. We've hung out plenty of times, but being able to hang out in this setting and see you guys do what you do has been great, man. Like, you guys are dope, man. Like,
and it ain't over.
Kick ass at this.
It ain't over. Big things coming up soon also.
So you've got the single coming out in a month.
Yeah. And then some shows that are going along with that. Stay tuned to the Instagram. And
where can people find you?
At Kevin Tyrone Music, and Kevin Tyrone Music on all the streaming services, all the platforms. I'm on TikTok, even though I fucking hate social media. Yuck. But man, like you need it.
Got to do it.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah. So Kevin Tyrone Music and at Kevin Tyrone Music on all the streaming services.
I feel like we need to chat just a little bit longer because I'm going to do something really. I'm doing something on the fly right now.
Okay,
let's get it.
So I am working on doing an AI song right now as we speak. So y'all just keep chatting. I've got. I'm going to throw a few things in here, and it's gonna be about you.
Let's go.
All right,
So he's been doing this a little bit recently, but never on the fly. So he found something out there.
Freestyle AI.
Is that what it is?
No.
No, I'm just saying he's freestyling AI right now.
I was like, there's some app that he uses, some web site that he can plug in stuff and put in like what kind of sound, what lyrics, or at least a general idea, concept, and it'll spit out an entire 3 to 4 minute song.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And so we've had a few episodes where he had one about our buddy Dustin Massey that was on not too long ago. You had one about Doc Rock as well because he came on the show. But yeah, you haven't been doing this for a while. And so now you're just deciding to do it on the fly since we've got musician and talking about AI. Just better knock it out.
Yeah, I figured that would be the best way. So I've already got lyrics written. Okay, that was real easy. I found an article from the Fort Worth Weekly talking about meeting Godbold. Sorry, I couldn't find anything with your government name on there. So we're going with
that's good.
We're going with Godbold, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just doing a verse chorus. We'll do a verse chorus verse.
Real quick, I want to say something that's going on in the news that I just got from the Huffington Post. It said the Four Tops singer. The Four Tops, the Four Tops, is suing a hospital for allegedly being put in a straitjacket after he told staff he was in the renowned Motown group. So how fucked up is it that you're like with the Four Tops? You're like, I was with the Four Tops, and they're like, that man's crazy. He's not with the Four Tops.
Wow.
Put him in a straitjacket.
They still do straitjackets?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's also wild. That's what I was thinking. Like, bro,
I don't think they
straitjackets?
still do. We do tie people down, though. I mean, I can tell you that.
Is this never mind. I'm not going to get into it. We're not going to get into it.
Okay, so I'm almost done. Almost got it. I'm just got to do this little outro here.
It's wild that you talk about that, though, because have you seen, speaking of Elon Musk, that J. Cole went into a Tesla store?
Yes. Oh, man, that was so cringe, dude.
Yeah, and so J. Cole goes into a Tesla store, and he's looking around at a Tesla. J. Cole, he dresses like a rich white man. Like, he he just doesn't give a fuck.
Bumming.
Man.
Yeah.
And so, they thought that he was literally bumming around. And so the manager of the store and then some other guy trying to poke his chest out was basically shooing J. fucking Cole out of the Tesla store, and had security that ended up going after him too or whatever to make sure that he was leaving. But he's just literally casually looking around at the truck. That man had a backpack on, and I guarantee he probably had bread in that backpack to be able to buy the fucking Cybertruck. And I'm just like, bro, that's the crazy.
Where was
the
this?
craziest concept? I don't even remember where it was.
Well, he lives in
what store is this?
Where was it? I think it was New York. Which makes it
You're
even worse.
fucking
That's
New
J.
York,
Cole.
people,
He grew
yeah.
up there.
I mean,
that makes no sense. You see J. Cole, it's J. Cole.
I need a style. Let me get a style of music real quick. Godbold, what style of music do you want this song to be in?
Country.
hell yeah.
Do you want Texas country,
Grunge country.
Nah, I want bro country.
Bro country.
like you're talking Florida Georgia Line.
Nah, I'm talking fucking what's his name? Luke Bryan.
Bryan. So
Jason
pop
Aldean. give me some of those bro
pop,
country
yeah,
guys.
Pop country, right? Wouldn't that be? I don't know.
Pop country, okay.
Yeah, how many people work in a Tesla store where the odds are against them that no one knows who J. Cole is when he walks into the store?
You're in New York, man.
Well, so that's the thing, though. There was somebody that was there that was filming the whole thing who obviously knew who J. Cole was, but never once did they put their phone down and say, hey, yo, that's J. Cole. He's a famous rapper and basketball player and philanthropist, all these things. Hey, you should probably let that man look at the truck because you're going to get a sale out of this. But instead, just like everybody else, pick their phone up and just fucking watch until some shit goes down.
That's fucking wild. So it's generated right now.
He's probably like a Drake fan or something like that.
Crazy.
So dumb.
Oh, speaking of which, while he's doing that, how do you feel about that? What do you think about that thing they had going on, which is over? Kendrick won. Do you think Kendrick won?
I think Kendrick washed him.
Yeah.
Legitimately washed Drake, which wasn't going to be a hard task by any means. Kendrick is such a lyricist, but he's also a thinker. He is a thinking man's rapper for sure. It's funny, J. Cole bowed out of that competition because he knew he was going to get slaughtered next. So it's he was like, nah, bro, I'm not doing this. He decided to keep the peace. But
that's why he was over there trying to buy a Tesla. He's like, I'm just going to.
All right, so we're gonna cue this up. This is the first time any of us are hearing this. So let me get this going if I can.
I'm excited for this.
I don't.
It's going to be really good or really bad.
There's not going to be any in between.
Oh, I said it was going to work. It's still.
Son of a bitch. You got all this build up. All this build up. just
think,
edging us.
Do you think the record
Here we
label
go.
told Drake like, oh, okay, all right, here we go.
Oh shit, it's real.
It's real.
Out of Fort Worth, he's making his way. Godbold's voice is here to stay. R&B and rap in his soul, living his dream, reaching his goal. From Kansas City raised to Fort Worth refined, with music in his heart, he's one of a kind. Breaking barriers, sharing his gift, creating songs that give us a lift.
That was hilarious.
Hang on, it's still got the bridge to go up, and then it generates 2 songs. So
Pouring his soul, page by page, living room love story, soon to be Godbold's journey for all to see. Godbold's story has just begun. With each note, his heart is one. For the love of music, he's here to share a talent unique beyond compare.
all right, so let's listen to the second generation. So it always generates 2 songs.
Wow.
That's creepy.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Very creepy.
So I just typed in pop country style music, but
Out of Fort Worth, he's making his way.
it's got some Luke Bryan
Godbold's
sound.
voice
So same lyrics.
Same lyrics, yeah.
Okay.
to stay.
It sounds like what's that guy who's the judge on The Voice?
Oh, Kevin, or no, Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
sounds like
it's
that.
very Blake Shelton-ish.
Living his dream, reaching his goal.
I mean,
From Kansas City,
You know it's fake though. He didn't mention a dog, whiskey, or pickup truck.
Right.
So you know it's fake.
It's not real country.
well, it's like it's literally about Godbold. I mean, I could add those lyrics in there, but
That's pretty.
that's kind of neat, man.
on the fly,
but it's also
just-
creepy.
It is creepy. It is creepy. I've got so many different songs on there. I mean, I've got a song about what happens if you eat Taco Bell.
Let's not. Let's just
On the
not.
group chat, TZ says,
No.
sounds like country singer Chaz McCoy new hit.
All right, so we're gonna let this song take us out tonight.
All right, man. So everyone can find you on social media.
Yep.
At-
At Kevin Tyrone Music. I'm on all the streaming services as well. Anywhere you listen to music, my music is out there. So go check me out, man. The newest EP again is called Amnesia. 4-track, all bangers. Every track is
You
LeBron.
need to go check out the EP. It is
Every
phenomenal.
track is LeBron. Every track.
And he's so humble. It is really a fantastic listen. So please make sure you go check it out. Amnesia, Spotify, Apple Music, all the things.
Everywhere, man.
All right. Well, thanks again, man. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you don't already do so, please make sure you also follow us at The Funky Panther. You can follow all of this things at thefunkypanther.com. Also, real quick, we haven't done like an event or a plug or anything like that in a while for ourselves. However, on the 21st of June, we will be hosting another fundraiser and pet adoption over at Panther Island Brewing. This is going to be the second annual pet adoption that we've done. Last year was so successful. We raised a ton of money, got a ton of supplies, had a couple dogs adopted, and to be honest with you, we just got drunk and had a fantastic time. So if you want to have a good time, bring some pet supplies, bring some money, bring a heart. Come out to Panther Island Brewing on June 21st.
We gotta have live music with songs by Zeus.
Yeah.
Is it gonna have the full band,
Nice.
or is it gonna be just?
It's just going to be Zeus. So
Zeus,
you're going to
okay.
have the heart and soul of the man himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, $20 gets you a wristband. Half of that goes straight to the charity, and then also you get 3 beers with the wristband. If you bring any pet products, you also get another free beer. So just like it really is in it for you to just come along and bring some shit, but it also is for a good cause. So we won't have an episode next week, right, boys?
No.
Yeah.
We might get some interviews around and just drop a little like 30-minute thing possibly, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen. It might.
So come out to Panther Island Brewing, June 21st, 6 o'clock p.m. We'll be there pretty much all night. Hit us up on social media if you need any additional details. We've been posting a couple things about it too. So Yeah. All right. You ready for the outro? We're gonna do the
Also,
name.
he's got some in his hand. This man.
I've got some swag for y'all.
Oh shit!
So I love bandanas.
Oh, I like bandanas
Like
too.
bandanas are definitely my thing. So it's got my logo on it. Some
Ooh, I like
bandanas,
that.
some free swag for y'all, man.
Hell
so
yeah.
definitely that one
Look
for
at
you.
you.
So take one down, pass it around. There you go.
Yeah, you give me this one.
Yes, you give.
Don't you wipe
first
your
dibs.
face.
I love
There you go.
bandanas because
There you
I
go,
have
sir.
this hair, and I gotta.
Appreciate you, man. Thank
Yeah,
you so
bro.
much.
Enjoy. I enjoyed my time with y'all, man. Thank you for this, and thank you for the support, man.
Yeah,
Of course. And we absolutely love you. Thanks for coming on. Stay good, everybody. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier,
I'm Tim.
I'm Kevin.
and we are
The Funky Panther.
Fucking nailed it.
That was seamless, baby. Let's get it.
Got so much shame, I got so much shame. Everything I done, guess this is my fate. Fall off the map, forget my name. Wanna hide my face in the darkest place. Wish I had amnesia. Amnesia. Wish I had amnesia. Alone here with these thoughts inside my head. Remembering what went wrong and what I said. And since I'm speaking honestly, you say you wanted honesty, but you ain't respect my privacy. I know.